Hello, Justine here again. Today I want to do a video that I wasn't expecting to do. This is something that hit me this morning as I was literally waking up. This is a video not just for people with eating disorders, but this is also, very beneficial to anyone who has self-esteem issues, or, even the average person. I really think this exercise could greatly help. This is a self-acceptance exercise. And I definitely want to give credit to Mastin Kipp, who has taught me. Mastin Kipp runs thedailylove.com, and that's also a daily email, and he is awesome. He gets to mentor people worldwide, and he is someone that I definitely look up to. And he runs Love University, and he does like all these little retreats and stuff, which is just awesome. So I've participated in a few Love University courses online, and this is one of the things that he does. He kind of delves into people's stories and flips it around and makes them see what it is within themselves that's the real issue. And it takes away the blame and the pointing the finger at someone else. So that's what I kind of want to share with you today, is kind of this idea that I learned from Mastin, which is, anytime we feel that we're being judged from other people, it's really us judging ourselves, and they're kind of just feeding into that self-judgment, and that's where it all stems back to, is self. So for today's exercise, I ask that you grab some paper, maybe multiple sheets of paper, and any kind of writing utensil. And basically what we're going to do is make a list of all the ways you don't feel accepted. So it may be easier if you write to specific people. Make a list of your parents or your friends or whoever you are feeling some judgment from or some, non-acceptance from, and write down, for example, something like this, like, I wish that so-and-so would accept blank about me. So just to make up an example, we can say, I'm going to say, I wish my partner would accept my body, let's say. And this can be things that are physical, this can be things about your appearance, this can be things about your personality, these can be, things that you feel are your flaws, or they feel are your flaws, and write that down so you can make a really long list, and saying things, kind of just like what I did. I wish this person would accept this about me, or I wish they would be more accepting of the fact that. So do that, and you can pause the video for a bit and really take a minute to, or a couple minutes to fully feel into those not so nice emotions and all those things where you don't really feel accepted. And, you may find that things are different for different people. You may feel like your parents, you may feel that your parents don't approve of you in a certain way. You may feel like your friends don't approve of you in another way, or your spouse or your partner or what have you. You may also find that you do have a pattern. Maybe, you do wish that everyone accepts this one thing about you. So pause this video and take a minute to write all that down. Okay, so if you have your list, okay if it's really long, because it probably is very long if you've never done this kind of work, we're going to flip it around now. So we're going to make it about you, because it is about you and it's not about the other people. Ding ding ding, maybe that's like, something new to you. It was pretty big for me to realize that. So my example that I used was, I wish my partner would accept my body. Now, we're going to change that to what it really means, because what that really means inside is, I wish I would accept my body. Now just let that soak in for a minute, because when I first started doing this kind of work, I was like, oh my god, no. And I was like, oh my god, that is so true, and it's so, it's such a simple thing, but it's very, I don't know, it kind of shakes you. It's very to the point, and it's very abrupt almost. So that's what you're really saying. If you're saying, I wish my partner would accept my body, what you're actually saying and you're actually feeling is, I wish I would accept my body. And to change this, first of all, awareness is the first step. If you're aware of that, hallelujah. Like good for you, because awareness is key. Awareness is the first step. So don't get caught up in, how am I going to change this if I know what my problem is, if I don't know how to accept myself. Don't even go there. Just take a minute to not go too far ahead. Just focus on one thing at a time here. So, what do you do after you realize, oh, I wish I would accept my body? And if you said something like, I wish my mom would accept that I'm not feminine, or I wish my mom would accept that I am feminine, or, I wish my dad would accept that, I don't know, like anything that you wrote, or my colleagues would accept, or my teachers would accept, or my friends would accept. So take those and flip them all, because it is about you. So start it with I. So instead of I wish they, it's I wish I accepted blank about myself. I wish I loved blank about myself. What you have to do after that to make a change, because yes, awareness is key and that's a great first step, but to make a change, what kind of needs to happen is making these into affirmations. So for me, my example again, from I wish my partner would accept my body, turned into flipped, I wish I would accept my body. Now to make it into an affirmation, we just change it. It's very simple. It goes to I accept my body. Pretty simple, right? And it sounds very simple because it is, but the thing is practice, right? I always say this, practice, 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 practice. Everything is practice in life, and we need to practice things in order to, learn and grow and to solidify things and to start new habits and routines. It all just comes down to practice. So things are very simple in theory and they're very difficult to practice, but it is possible to practice them for sure. Basically, yeah, what it turns into is I accept my body as is, and you just repeat this for each one that you came up with in the list. So it's pretty easy, but it's very, 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 very beneficial and very effective. So feel free to, practice this on a regular basis. Maybe something comes up for you later on in the day or next week or next month where you feel like, man, that person, I just feel like they're not accepting this part of me. Why won't they accept me? Why won't they accept the fact that I blank? And then you can kind of catch yourself. That's what I did this morning in my bed. I was like, oh, I just wish, this person would accept me. And then I said, wait a minute. That stems back to me. Because when you accept yourself, if it feels like someone else isn't accepting you, then it doesn't really matter. And most of the time, what I've found through this work is that people usually do accept you, and just because you feel that they're judging you and you feel like they're not accepting you, most of the time they are being accepting of you, or as accepting as they're allowing themselves to be, or as able as they are. And, it really does come back to self. Are you accepting yourself and loving yourself fully? And that is something that is a never-ending process. And, it's not just going to happen overnight, but this is a really, really good tool to start with, is writing down a list. I wish my parents would accept this. I wish my teachers would accept this. I wish my friends would accept this. I wish my partner would accept this. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Write them all down, flip them around, because they all mean, I wish I would accept this about myself. And it goes the same way also, this is really interesting. It goes the same way for other people. If you have a hard time accepting the fact that, I don't know, your parents are very loud, or if someone is very expressive and fearless in the way that they speak or the way that they are, and you have a really big issue with that, and you just grind your gears, that is also something that stems back to yourself, because what other people have to do and how they act and how they are has nothing to do with you. It's showing you something inside of you. So we always can learn from other people, and that is such a famous quote, that everybody you meet is a teacher, and it's so very true. So that's another challenge as well, is if you have an issue with somebody else, spouse, family, friends, whoever, that's another thing you can do. You can do the same thing that we just did. You can write down a list of the things that just drive you nuts about this person, and you can just say, hey, you're like, I don't like when they do this, I don't like when they do that, this part bugs me, blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to tell them about it, obviously. You can keep this to yourself, because it wouldn't be a very nice letter to give. But basically flip that around and just try to see, where you can be more accepting of them, but essentially where you can be more accepting of yourself, and see why those things bug you so much. It's always within you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I do want to do a video for your ego versus your heart, and that was going to be my next video, but things come up and I can't overplan too much, so I was inspired today to do this video, but it will come soon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.